What is up, DTube Steam blockchain? Today I want to talk a little bit about why XRP boys are submissive and why HEX will win. Why it's gonna flip XRP. So I've been studying XRP boys and XRP Army for quite some time because I kind of want to understand how they work. Because the first weird thing is they usually don't show their face. They usually just screen record their screen and just like show some Twitter thing or some weird website. I'm not sure if they're serious, if they're trolling, or if they're afraid to back stuff with their face. I mean, there's some XRP guys that are doing it, but there's a lot of guys that are sneaking around. So why are they submissive? And why am I using that kind of language? Because it might sound kind of weird. Well, so I've been studying them, okay? And I kind of see what they like. They want a daddy. They want someone to tell them what to do, what to think, what that is going to happen. They're looking for daddy. So they're finding these videos or these tweets. They're like always scanning for some kind of authority. The problem is that with modern technology, where we actually are going is authority collapse, and where you only have truth, and where you don't try to create some authority again. So these guys are finding these kind of quotes and these like random things, and they're like finding someone talking in a congress or something, and like most of the times these are like what they're talking about is just like pretty general things about like maybe the economy and what may happen in the future. Many times they're not even talking about XRP. Like they're talking about, oh, printing is kind of bad. Maybe we can do something in the future. Maybe something stable would be better. And these XRP guys are like they almost like trying to predict the future, which is very weird, instead of creating the future. So, and they're not even attached to reality. Like if you look at what XRP is, just this horrible ledger, it doesn't have a good like price performance. It's like went up fast and then just died. I think right now it's only up from its low, maybe like 60x max since 2013 or 2014. 60x in like 7 years. Like that is pretty bad. Like that's pretty bad. Like 7 years on the 60x. So they are submissive because, I mean, they're looking for daddy. They're looking for some authority. They are not willing to go full hex way. And what is full hex way anyway? Well, what is hex? It's a smart contract that's complete without any expectations. No human admin keys. It's like complete. No authority. You hold your own keys. No daddy. It's complete. It's finished. Can go to zero. Can do things. Can go to moon. Nobody knows. No authority. This is what I think scares the living shit out of the XRP army. Because they really want some authority. They want someone to tell them, this is gonna work. We have promises. We are working with companies. We are working with banks. They're trying to sell you stuff like in the XRP army like that. They want to be force-fed something down their throat. And that's not how hexers are. Like hexers are just trying to look at it from a math perspective and from a geek perspective and just looking at the code. And like we have the code, we can inspect it, we can look at it, we can study it. But it's like, and you also have this other idea with XRP, like this idea that, oh, like value is gonna come from liquidity or some shit. But if you study the XRP liquidity, it's not that good. It's not impressive at all. It's not like it's not that high. And like this idea that it will become like super amazing one day, I don't think so. Maybe it will. Like nobody will. Like maybe they will deliver one day. But I've been in crypto since early 2018. And almost every promise, nothing like came true. So why would this XRP thing come true? And why would a bunch of submissive fanboy army get rich on it? Have they deserved it? Have they even done videos with their face? No, like they're not even backing it with their face. And you may see that's a small thing. No, it's kind of a big deal. Like, why are you not like backing it with your face? Like, and as I said, I mean, there's some guys that have done it, and there is also this other thing. Like, some guys has to admit that. I mean, they've been talking shit for 2 years or 3 years about XRP doing something, and when it doesn't happen, reality is like, reality is not matching up with your words. You have to update your worldview. Like, okay, so for example, first, before 2020, we did not have HEX. So XRP maybe made more sense, that maybe this liquidity thing is gonna work someday. But now when we even have HEX, we have a cool smart contract that makes it so you can earn in a trustless way. You stake it, you lock the coins. When your time is up, you take out the coins. I mean, that's already better like than XRP, because you can already earn trustless. Isn't that like everything that we want? Like, how would value like, yeah, like, I mean, yeah, they're trying to like sell you this idea of like the liquidity thing. I just don't think it's gonna come true. Like, what if I send a lot of value, if a big bank or something like that send a lot of value from one location to another, why would the price of your little thing, your little DLT XRP thing go up? Aren't they just gonna pay a few pennies in fees? Why would the XRP coin go up for that? Like, it makes no sense. Why would you get rich from two people transacting high volumes? It doesn't make any sense at all. Like, it's so dumb. Like, and this is why I think that it's fairly obvious, looking at all the data and seeing the performance of HEX the last few months, that it's gonna flip it, man. Like, XRP, I think at the moment is only like $8 billion market cap in like 7 years. And do you know what HEX is? It's almost $1 billion. It's actually been above $1 billion. And that's just in a half a year. And XRP has been here for 7 years. Where is all the mad volume going to come from? Like, are the mainstream going to pump XRP? I don't see it. Is some random institution or some company going to pump XRP? Why? They can probably make more money doing their own little thing, right? It's like, and it's like many people were pretty good at selling this idea of like XRP the first couple of years, 2017, 2018, 2019, and they really went all into it, and it really sounded like they knew what they were talking about. But what you realize in crypto is almost nobody knows what they were talking about. Like, you can go and look at my track record on DTube, and you can see that I've been doing DTube videos for around 2 years, around 1,000 videos. And you can see that most of them are pretty spot on. Like, you can go and watch them on YouTube or on DTube. Maybe not the earlier videos because they were uploaded via IPFS, so they may not be online, but you can see the title and kind of look, is it matching up with reality? Like, does this guy have a good track record? I have a pretty good track record. If you look at what the topics that I'm talking about, like talking about real stuff, like I talked about HEX in December 2019 in 1 hour long videos. My only like thing, or like my biggest thing that I was wrong about was, I talked a little bit about this, like, yeah, Bitcoin is a safe way to riches on Earth, but now it seems like it may even go to zero 2023, because the reputation of BTC is just going down all the time with all the scams on YouTube and Twitter and like the margin traders. But I even made some good calls on BTC, like, is it gonna go down to 3K? And it actually did. It was actually the bottom there. So I made that good call. And I also made a good call, made a video like, is this the bottom of Steam when it was 10 cents? And actually it was. Like, it never went down there ever again. It may do in the future, but it's like, that call was pretty good. And I also talked a lot about these like general things, like that we're moving into age of access and this AI decade and this this paradigm shift and like good things you should be focusing on. Like, I'm doing really good vlogs, like I have a really good track record. But then look at the XRP guys, the XRP Army. They have horrible reputation, and like they have horrible track record, and they're not making this industry any better. Like, we're not looking better from like the mainstream. They're looking into our industry. They see the XRP Army, and they see that what they're doing, what they're talking about, is not matching up to reality. Like, it's a bunch of hopium that doesn't turn true. So they hype people up, and then people get sad because they, like, people said a lot of things,